issue has been niggling for a long time. It takes me to the issue around politics very quickly as I round up. My time is up. APC primaries, I hope that we're not taking ourselves back to that 2006-2007 era of PDP primaries and how toxic that was for our democracy. I hand over to you, Rufai, for your thoughts.
All right. Real quickly, was it primaries we saw by the APC or a demonstration of what Fela calls demonstration of Chris in the name of democracy? Today, I speak up for everybody because our democracy is under assault. I speak up for people that knew about these electoral laws that was not going to work in their favor, but they persisted because they were promised a lot of things in the APC. This morning, sadly enough, I'll speak up for the likes of Desmond Elliott. Not because he necessarily deserves it, because we remember the things he said during NSAS, but because I'm here to speak up for everybody. Is this democracy where people are being pushed around? Members of a political party that are falling out of favor from the highest of the high are being pushed and squashed around. This morning, I speak up for Gbenga Daniel and ask what is happening in Ogun State. This morning, I speak up for Nigeria by saying Yahaya Bello passing a screening at a time where you still have cases of corruption in courts. This morning, I ask, what has become of our democracy? I know some people will say, Rufai, please don't say it. It was a successful primaries. Yes, because they did triumph. But for those that did not triumph, we saw how numbers were counted. We saw how things happened. We saw how some people were told to withdraw. We saw how the might of the party triumphed over the rights of other people. We saw people that felt they were promised heaven and earth, automatic tickets, that's why they decamped. In all of this, Mike Igini this morning is a prophet. He saw it was going to happen, and it did happen. At least for now, the electoral laws has kept them in place. They can't decamp. So they will suffer what they must, and maybe they will build their arsenal and come and fight after 2027. But the question is, after 2027, after 2031, what will be the lot of the internal democracy system in the APC? Only time will tell. Other parties are going to have their screening also. We hear President Jonathan is being screened. So does this mean he wants to run or is being pushed into screening? Time will tell. And we are going to be looking at other political parties that you complain so bad about the APC, and we're going to watch your own process for primaries as it happens. We're going to see if you're going to do what is right, or the APC would even be better than you in internal democracy. And if the APC is, then you know that's a disaster. This weekend, we watched children being abducted from schools in Borno to Oyo State. I thought people said, oh, this was not creeping into the southwest, that security was getting better. It's not getting any better. I saw videos of mothers crying and asking, when are we going to go back home? While the government and politicians were just still busy politicking over the weekend. We can't but beg for you to bring them back home. We saw people, terrorists, that they were claims that they were killed 2 years ago, surface and be killed again. But Vimba, it's not new. We killed Shekau many times in this country before he finally died. So if it takes Bayo Onuga to come out and say, oh, there was a mistake in the names written about 2 years ago. But when we also complain here that internal processes are not correctly done in this country, they say, what do you guys know in the media? At least it's not us, the media, spreading the fake news now about who was killed 2 years ago. They admit it's an error. Isn't it shocking when the media reports it, or they say the media has made an error? It's fake news, it's malicious. But when they make a mistake, they call it an error. So in all of these stories we are looking through this weekend, what's the hope for Nigeria's democracy for you watching out there? You've seen the ruling party perpetrate their demonstration of Christ in the name of democracy. You've seen people being kidnapped. You've seen a terrorist killed, that messages come out that, oh, this person was mentioned to have been killed 2 years ago, and the government said, no, he was just recently killed, and they make clarifications, and there's a lot of back and forth. You've seen insecurity fester. As a Nigerian this morning, what say you?